Você é muito linda. Eu gosto muito de você. Você é muito linda. Estou apaixonado por você.
What's up, everyone? Hey, how are we this Sunday? How's everybody doing? Oh my gosh, we just had some company leave, super fun and exciting. So we're rearing and ready to go today. But what is up? You know what, my camera's a little low. I usually do it just a teeny bit higher. Oh, now, let's see. Now we gotta make sure you guys can see what's happening. But how are you guys? How's everybody's Sunday? I am a little tired, but we're gonna make it through. We are doing the Old West. Old West, which is super exciting today because I had to find some really good recipes. Like, it was a lot of beans, a lot of potatoes, a lot of things in a skillet. I only have 2 skillets. So it was like, okay, what are we gonna make today? So we are making smashed potatoes. We are making a cornbread skillet. We are making cowboy steak in a sense, and I'll tell you guys kind of how that is, and a skillet cobbler. Yum, yum, yum. I can say I'm really excited to eat this meal. Even the smashed potatoes, we're gonna make them on the crispier side, which is so exciting. But I'm excited. I'm excited for this meal, as I always say, and I think it's gonna be something unique and different and really going back to the basics of cooking. Our smashed potatoes, oh, and I usually put my comment as the pinned recipes. So let me do that real quick because obviously I forgot. What is up, Top Dog? Oh my gosh, okay. Let's see here. We're gonna put all these recipes. So I am going to do with the smashed potatoes. I'm really excited. There's a few options we have, and I'm doing the crispier of the options because if I'm going to eat potatoes, I in general like them to be a little crispier. And I'm going to go ahead and pin my comments. And let's do that. So that way, there we go. Okay, that way everything pinned to chat is where I'm getting these recipes from. 2 are from the Pioneer Woman, and then 1 is from, let's see, Homemade Home, and the other one is from Recipe Eats. Oh, Recipe and Eats. That was a Recipe 10 Eats. Oh my gosh, that one got me for a minute there. Okay, but we're gonna live it up. We are gonna do this. The smashed potatoes. We're actually shocking. We're not starting with dessert, guys. Y'all know we always start with dessert because it usually has to sit around. We're not gonna start with dessert today. We're actually gonna start with our potatoes, and then we're gonna move to cornbread, and then we're gonna move to cobbler, and then we're gonna move to the steak. So the smashed potatoes, the first thing we actually have to do is boil potatoes and get them nice and soft, and then we're gonna smash them and cook them. And I'm so like, oh, I think it's gonna be really great. They're gonna be going in at 400 degrees. So I've already got my ovens going to 400, and then I have another one for 450 because the skillet is gonna go that way. I have a hangnail. Very sorry, guys. Okay, so let's get boiling. I already got a pot back here. You guys can see on my stove view. So I've already got a pot back here. I got my 2 skillets. They're already nice and seasoned up. But with my pot, we're gonna turn this on high. It is just regular water, probably with a tablespoon or 2 of salt. So nothing too insane, nothing too crazy, but we're gonna get our potatoes ready while I talk about the rest of the meal today. The cornbread skillet, I'm excited. I'm gonna do the general recipe. You can serve it obviously with regular old butter, but I'm actually gonna also make a honey butter to go with it because I don't know about you guys, but I love honey butter with cornbread. There is just something amazing about it that I absolutely adore. So that's one change I'm already gonna make on that recipe. For the cowboy steak, I couldn't find a big enough steak that they want you to have. So I did get a steak, but we're gonna go with just a general steak you'd find at a store, and we're gonna make a ranch butter, which the ranch butter is in the recipe. So we're gonna do that on the actual steak with some good old seasonings and everything else kind of to it. What's up, Rufio? Right, honey butter. Oh, it's so good. Especially with nice hot cornbread. Like who doesn't want to eat that? It's so good. And then ranch butter. Yep, we're gonna actually use some ranch seasoning with butter. And what we're gonna be doing is when we make the butter, we're gonna mix it up really, really well. And then right when we take the steak off of the skillet or off of the pan and it's nice and hot, we're gonna take a big spoon of it and stick it on the steak so that ranch butter just melts all over that steak. Oh, so good. The other thing we're doing is a skillet cobbler. The one thing with the skillet cobbler is they want you to put kind of a special sugar on top that's like, it's almost like flaky salt, but it's a sugar, so it's really dense. I don't have that, but I did want to go ahead and I'm gonna top it off with a little bit of brown sugar. Because there's something about yummy, yummy brown sugar on things that it just makes a girl happy. But I know, isn't that so good, Rufy? I hope it just melts it and makes it amazing. Like, absolutely amazing. But yeah, our first thing is potatoes. So again, this is from the Recipe Tin Eats. All the recipes are pinned to chat, so you guys can see that. I went ahead and got all gold potatoes. So I went ahead, here's my I got a few of the mediums. And then for the smashed guys too, we got some smaller potatoes. And this is fun. Again, we're going to cook them, let them cook and soften, smash them, put a little bit of salt, pepper, olive oil on them, then stick them in the oven and get them all good. Oh, thank you. Okay. All right, how is that? Did that go down? There's a few places I have to adjust. So you tell me, did it go down? How does that sound? Perfect. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Rufio, for that. I thoroughly appreciate it. Okay, so we got our water boiling behind us. It didn't want me, let's see. It didn't want me to poke them, which I'm so used to, like, you need to poke potatoes. But the recipe's not calling for that. So we're just gonna let it go, I guess, because I'm just used to poking them. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take, guys, we are 10 minutes in and we're going stove view, so you can watch me perlunk some potatoes here. And again, there's just salt and stuff in this water. We're bringing it to a boil. We're gonna let it boil all the way. And this is gonna be so good. And I do know the skin will split a little bit on these. That's fine, because again, when these are all nice and cooked, they are, you know, gonna get smashed to pieces on a tray. So, riveting stovetop action, right, Jedi? How you doing, sir? How is it going? I've got this gnarly hangnail. Sorry, I keep like trying to grab it in the middle of stream, but okay. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're feeling a little bit better. I know it's been a few weeks, but I hope you're doing good. Let's see here. All right, we're gonna let those cook. And yeah, it might take 25 to 30 minutes. We're just gonna let those go. The only thing I do need is we gotta chop some parsley. So I'm gonna definitely get out my cutting board so we can chop away. Here we go. Life is still a little rough, but I'm clear for light physical labor. Okay, so good signs then. Things are, you know, they're coming up. They're coming up a little bit. All right, we're actually, a lot of recipes are gonna ask for parsley today, so I'm gonna chop all of our parsley. Again, I get Italian parsley. I just like the taste of it a little bit better. I think that's what, yeah, Italian. I was like, this is Italian. I don't want to call it the wrong thing. So I'm gonna be cutting up all of that. Let's get some bowls here. Where's my water? This is gonna be fun though. When I was going shopping for this, it ended up being a really fun trip. When we went to the butcher, it's like some states call that steak, they call it a cowboy steak because of the size. Other ones, it's just like, you know, a regular old ribeye. But yeah, and it's so funny because the butcher guy, he was so nice. And he was like, they should have something called cowboy steak and all of that. But now the one that they usually show online, especially for the Old West, it definitely shows one bone-in, 2-inch thick. Could not get that here, so didn't. But we're still gonna have a good steak. Good steak. Having it, but it still takes them. Oh yeah, no, 100%. Bones, it's like technically they're together. They're just not strong right now. Let me get a different bowl. I'm gonna go in a few sections because that's a lot of parsley to try to chop on a small cutting board. But yeah, we had some amazing visitors over this weekend, and so that was super fun. But I gotta say, because I got to see my nieces and my nephews, and they are little babies, and man, bless their parents, because I definitely cannot do that job. Like, I love them, and I would do anything for them. Obviously, I would do anything for my nieces and nephews. But man, I'm tired, and I didn't even have the brunt of anything to do. So I'm like, this is my quiet time right now, is nice and cooking and all of that. Okay. So these are gonna go on top of the potatoes, but again, in our ranch butter, and I think in our cornbread, we're even adding some parsley. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it all, or chop it all. Oh my gosh. Just go ahead and cut it and get it all nicely kind of minced down, or I don't know, what word am I thinking of here? Like, it's not minced. Just finely chopped. Yeah, I don't know why I'm going crazy. Mom, right? Stella and Roxy. I can say, though, the funniest thing is, so Roxy is the black and white pup. And for sure, she was jealous every time I was holding a baby. She was like, no, I'm not for this. I was like, well, I guess I can't get another dog because that one will get super, super jealous of anything else in my life. Right? Mad respect to all the parents. Thank you, Top Dog. Very true. Especially to the ones who had to raise me. That, I'm sure, was not the best. I know, Rufio. Roxy was like, this morning was holding my nephew, and she was trying everything she could to get on my lap, to push him out of the way, everything. I was just like, right? Just a baby. That is really Roxy. I need to, that knife definitely needs to get sharpened. But yeah, how's everybody else's weekend? We are finally getting some nice weather here in Vegas, like nice to me. It's like I didn't have to wear a jacket today. I actually sat outside for a little bit. It was so glorious. And we took some company out to Korean barbecue last night, and it was so good. And then Top Dog this morning got to go have brunch, and so that was awesome. It's been a really fun thing. I feel like there was something else we did, but I can't remember. It's been wild though, wild weekend. And then here in the States, what day is it? President's Day tomorrow, so I actually get to have tomorrow off. But what's funny is, without realizing it, I scheduled like a 3-hour dentist appointment. So that's what I get to do on my day off. I get to go to the dentist. Yay! Right? Top Dog's a brunch girl. He's one of the girls, one of the ladies, having the brunch, the mimosas. I'm just kidding. He got the most, actually probably on theme for today. He probably got something very on theme. Corned beef, what is it called? Corned beef hash and eggs. He can share his recipe that he does with that, but he had the corned beef, then he gets a egg put on top over easy, and then scrambles it all up with some cheese, and then puts Tabasco and salt in it. I think that's what he does at brunch. Like, he always gets that hash stuff. That's his brunchy meal. Okay, we got all this parsley, corned beef hash, and fried egg. Add some salt and some Tabasco. There you go. Okay, we're gonna set that aside. I'm actually gonna start making some of our butters. So, again, potatoes are behind us. They're cooking away till they're soft. Next, I'm actually going to be making the cornbread. But before I make the cornbread, we're actually going to make the butters so that we have the butters all nice and ready. Each one is, I'm just going to cut the butters in half. They're softened. I pulled them out, and they're definitely room temp. And we're going to do, so basically this is a half cup. So a 1/4 cup in each bowl. And we're going to do the ranch and the honey. I got more cutting boards because the Super Bowl, I needed more cutting boards. So I'm super excited. I used them to put pizza on, but now I'm actually getting the chance to use them. Okay. All right, so the honey one, I don't have a recipe for at all. It's pretty simple. Hydrate. Thank you, Top Dog. Honey one is super simple. It's gonna kind of be the same as the ranch as well. But all you do is, so I'm just gonna kind of smush up this butter, and we're gonna dribble honey into it, mix it, taste it. If we like it, then that's it. That's how you do honey butter. It is super, super simple. Uh-oh, okay. And I'll start with just probably a tablespoon. I like the extra honey. If you like a lighter honey, you do it lighter. This is also really fun to do with, and I'll have to see if he has any right now. Sometimes we get flavored honeys like orange honey or raspberry honey. And all that is it's not like flavored with extracts. It just means the honey that came from are bees that they eat the pollen of like raspberry flowers and all of that. So that's honestly, when you have those flavored natural ones, it's because they're eating the pollen from those plants. So I'll see if we have an orange one. Orange with cornbread tastes so good. Right. Let's try it. Oh yeah. So I did about a quarter cup of butter with about a tablespoon of honey. I have to try guava butter. You had it at Disney World. So just guava jelly? Ooh, okay. That would be bomb. That sounds so good. Oh, look. Does need a little bit of honey. We've got some orange blossom. This is Top Dog's favorite honey. Oh, yeah. Yep, perfect. Okay. I love that. I've never even thought about doing it in like a jam setting. Like using jam in a butter. Like it makes sense, right? Because when you do like toast and stuff, you might do jam with butter on your toast. So I bet that would be amazing. Hey, Half-Blood Prince, welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh yeah, it's really good honey, right, Top Dog? It's super yummy. Super yummy orange blossom. So this is gonna be for the skillet cornbread. But yeah, we're gonna be making some skillet cobbler today. Welcome though. I am just so you realize, I do all food and drink, family friendly channel, and our theme today is kind of Old West cowboy. Obviously I'm adding a little special extra stuff into it. But yeah, welcome. Okay, honey butter, done. Let's check. Oh my gosh. Top Dog's gonna like this butter. And if you all didn't know, Top Dog is my husband, my moderator, and you will always see him eating my food. He is also a streamer and he does video games, and he is 18 and up. That's cool though, Rufia. I'm gonna try that because, so look at these things I got. I got them during the holidays. They were one of those like advent calendar things with like mini jams. I've gotten through like half of them, but like I would love to put these in a butter. Like this is like a fig jam. How yummy would that be in a butter? And like quince, I don't know what Christmas spice is, but like orange guava lime. How good would that be in a butter? Oh, especially with some homemade bread. Like, oh, it's so good. Again, all the recipes I'm doing are pinned to the top, except for that honey butter. That I'm going and pairing with our cornbread, where we're gonna make pretty soon. But I had to. I love honey butter and cornbread, so I was gonna do it no matter what, either off stream or on stream. Why not do it on stream? All right, let's see this. Okay, so this is our ranch butter, and I want to see how she does this. Again, this one's with the cowboy steak. Okay, this is super easy. So again, quarter cup of butter, just regular old unsalted butter. Let's get our ranch seasoning and our parsley here. So she wants 1.5 teaspoons of each. That seems simple enough. Okay, so there we go. There's the 1/2 teaspoon of parsley, and there's the 1. Now we're gonna do it with the ranch. I've never had ranch butter. I've had like garlic butter on steaks. I've had, what else have I had? I've had like a peppered butter. Never a ranch though. But I'm a ranch girl. I grew up and that was like how people have ketchup and stuff at their tables and whatnot. Ours was ranch. We always had ranch. And then my mom, she conned us all into making the ranch from home and all that. And I say it like we cut up all these herbs. Like, no, we just used a packet with mayonnaise and milk. But like, I will say I am a ranch girl, and if I don't like your ranch, I'll probably not get much food at your place because I'm very picky about ranch. Oh, this smells delish. So again, This will go, a big plop of it goes on top of the steak when it's done cooking, so it melts itself down. But you want like a lot of it, because it's obviously a lot of it's gonna melt, but then you still wanna serve it with a little bit of butter. Oh yes. This might be my new obsession with steak. Okay, look at this, guys. Look, you can see like all the herbs and stuff. Look how yummy that looks. Okay, let me try it. Mmm. No bought in the packets only, right? Exactly. The bottle just doesn't taste as good. So I'm glad we made this ahead of time because I'm definitely gonna have to stir it and let it kind of melt itself in, because obviously the packets are granule. So you're getting a lot of the grain when you're trying it. And it's strong. It is strong with that ranch. Like you definitely get your fill of ranch in that. But oh my gosh, okay. Done and done. Let's check our potatoes, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and take you to that stove view. Let's see here. Oh yep, still hard, not easy to get in. So we are good, we're gonna keep that going. We are now gonna move on to that skillet. Again, y'all know I try to get things out at the same time. Today's menu, it's not gonna be possible. I don't know, it's gonna be a little harder today. I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but it'll just be a little bit difficult. So we might be eating things here or there, but you think of the Old West, they'd eat it as it came up, right? So we're staying on theme with them. But we're gonna start with our skillet cornbread. Oh, I love cornbread, jalapeno cheddar, regular cornbread. Like, you give it to me and I eat it. So we're gonna actually put everything in a bowl. So let's go ahead, grab all of our ingredients. So first is gonna be cornmeal, which I got right here. We got some flour. I'm actually gonna stick our butters back over here. Okay, just regular all-purpose flour, salt, baking powder, baking soda. That was cornmeal. That was cornstarch. Oh my gosh, almost put the wrong thing in there. Okay, baking soda, baking powder. Then she also wants some more butter. So we got another little bit of butter. And then we're gonna grab buttermilk, milk, and eggs. So buttermilk. And then regular milk. Okay, and then 1 egg. All right. Woo! Here we go. Okay. This is how we are making our cornbread. So we're gonna take all these ingredients, and what we need to do, basically put them all together, nothing too crazy, and then mix it all in a bowl, and from that bowl, we'll put it into the skillet and then cook it. Again, pretty simple. The only thing, I have to microwave butter, guys. So we're not gonna do anything crazy. We're not gonna go crazy. Everyone understand that? We're gonna do as it's stated, and then we'll melt it and do everything they say to do. Okay, I'm just getting something to do my little level off here. All right, so we are going to do a 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. And I'm gonna do all my dry ingredients first, and then we'll get the wet involved. In general, you know, you wanna do that. Sometimes you'll start wet first. It just depends how and what you're using everything for, but we're gonna do all the dries, and then I'll do all the wets. Okay, so 1 cup of cornmeal, and I actually bought another one. Yeah, I thought so. I was like, this one's gonna be done. So let me grab my other cornmeal and get that. We definitely have a full boil happening on those potatoes. Okay. Here we go. All right, a full cup of cornmeal. All right, and then let's move our milks and our egg over. So that way we got the salts and the baking powder and sodas. So it's gonna be a teaspoon, tablespoon type situation. So let me grab these guys back. It is a half teaspoon of the baking soda. Bam, done. And then a full teaspoon, right? Teaspoon? No, a full tablespoon of baking powder. Okay. That's crazy. Okay. Full tablespoon baking powder. All right. And then we've got a teaspoon of salt. Perfect. Okay. Easy peasy. All right, so let me just grab a fork as I mix this up, just to get all the dry stuff a little bit more incorporated with one another. And then we'll do everything for the milk. Okay. So I'm gonna grab a big container so I can measure all the milk and pour the egg in here and kind of do everything that way. It just, for cleanup, makes it just a teeny bit easier. All right, so we need 1 cup of buttermilk. So let's measure out. 1 cup buttermilk, half cup regular milk. I'm just using 2% because that's what gets drank at my house. All right, let's put the milks back here. Okay. And then just 1 egg. There we go. Let me check I'm gonna use my same fork. Just checking the potatoes. Yeah, no, those got a lot of time. They've only been in for about 13 minutes, so probably another 15, which is great. Okay, so we have our egg. He's in there, and our milk. Now we're gonna do a 1/4 cup of butter, but we're actually gonna melt it. So let me get a little bowl here. And again, it's room temp, so it's gonna melt pretty fast. But we'll do 1/4 cup of butter. Oh, I'm so excited for cornbread. I've never made it in a skillet, so that's exciting for me. I've always made it just kind of in a loaf pan or a Pyrex pan, something like that. So for me, I'm just like this. If this is amazing, I'll be so excited. Okay. So let's go ahead and stick this in just for a little bit. And I'm going to keep my same fork because we're going to add these liquids to the cornmeal and mix it. And then they want us to slowly add a little bit of our butter. Yeah, slowly add it to the batter and then wait for the remaining 2 tablespoons. And it says pour it into the skillet. So I'm like, okay, we can do that. All right, probably needs that last 5 seconds. But I mean, this Old West meal is pretty awesome. I will for sure say that. It's pretty awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and just add our egg, our milk, and again, I'm just doing this with an egg or with a fork. You could do it with a spatula as well, or you could do it with a whisk. You might not want that much air in it. Cornbread tends to be a little bit more of a denser item. So if you want it extra fluffy, definitely try doing it with a whisk. But I'm just gonna go ahead and get in there with my fork. Okay. Easy. Okay. All right. And you know what? We're gonna go with this guy. big ol' skillet here. Do you try to avoid metal on metal? Yes, I really do, because if you didn't know, metal on metal can cause things to go green. It's just the reaction it has. So most of the time, yes, Top Dog, I actually do try to avoid metal on metal, if I can. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this buttery goodness in here. Especially when you're like in a metal pan with a metal spatula or something, you can really, so the stirring can make it go green. If you've ever had hollandaise that seems a little green, it's because they were whisking it so much that it oxidized with the metal, like eggs and metal on metal is green. It's very weird. And it'll have a metal taste. Usually if you have a metal pan and you're trying to go at it, like one of your utensils is straight metal, you could actually end up scratching your pan really bad. So I always say if you have wood, or honestly silicone's the best. It just works so good. Okay, so what am I supposed to do? So melt the butter. Got it. Oh, that's what they wanted. Okay, you guys, I'm silly. So all that 4th cup butter gets to go here. Then we're actually gonna turn on our stove and we're gonna melt the butter on here before we put the cornbread mixture in. And then we have that. Oh, interesting. And then we're gonna cook it on the stovetop. We're gonna go to the stove. We're gonna cook it for 1 minute on the stove. So let's go ahead and get this turned on high over here. I'm gonna go to my stove view. I'm gonna cut another 2 tablespoons of butter. I actually am probably gonna need to this was the only butter I kind of brought out for room temp. So I just go ahead, put the pat in there. We're just gonna get this nice and melted. I'm gonna check really quickly. One of my recipes, I feel like I needed room temp butter. So it looks like I need to bring out another stick of butter to get to room temp, which normally for me will take about 30 to 45 minutes. So not bad at all. Okay, so just go ahead. I'm gonna stick, if you need it to go faster, stick it near your stove. Like you can see, oh, my face is in the way. I put the butter right here, right? I'm just putting it over here. I don't want it to melt, but so it gets to room temp, it will grab onto all that goodness of heat. So I'll let that be there for just a few minutes. Okay, I'm actually gonna get a spatula now. We'll move this butter around. I'm glad I picked my cast iron skillet that thankfully has a pretty deep side. So we're gonna just keep this going. Get it all nice and melted. And then for right now, maybe 75%. Okay. Like that? How's that sound? How's my music? I'm hoping it's a little better. All right. Okay, well, we're definitely getting there with the small guys. The big guys, we're almost there. Okay, we're doing good with that. Much better. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I always appreciate if something seems off. All right. Okay, we're getting that butter nice and melted. And then we'll pour the batter. Okay, this is easy. The batter should sizzle. Awesome. Cook it. Okay, so we're gonna cook it on the stove for 1 minute and then bake for 20 to 25 minutes at that 450 degrees. I'm actually gonna go ahead and also get something to carry this with, because obviously the entire cast iron skillet, including that metal handle, is gonna be hot. So I wanna make sure. Oh yeah, we got bubbly butter here. This is looking great. Okay. And there's butter. Yep, butter is getting everywhere. So let's go ahead, put our batter in. Oh yes, this is amazing. Had a little sizzle, little instant cooking up the sides. But here we go. Look at that. Yummy, yummy. Okay, 1 minute, guys. So we are here for a minute getting this cooked. And like I said, our little guys are nice and cooked there, or they're getting there. Our little potatoes, the bigger ones are the ones I'm gonna probably have to let them sit a teeny bit longer. But for those potatoes, so what's gonna happen is we're gonna drain the potatoes, and then with a large fork, squish them down, and then let them kind of sit for 5 minutes, and then we're gonna drizzle with butter, then olive oil, then sprinkle with salt and pepper, and bake for 45 minutes. And that will be at 400 degrees. She has it at like 390, and I was just like, yeah, no, that's weird. We're doing 400. Oh, this is already, yeah, it's already cooking up. So I'm gonna show it. You guys can actually kind of see it on stream. See how there's like this weird ring happening around the cornbread? Like that is actually already cooking itself. So it has been a minute, probably a little more. Let's go ahead and take this on over. Right. Ow! It's okay, I just burnt myself on the oven. What's new? Okay. We're gonna go 20 minutes. It said 20 to 25, but my oven tends to be a little hotter. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Woo! Okay, it's okay. We're fine, we're good. All right, so cornbread. I mean, that was it. We let it bake and then it's done. The edges should be crispy per the recipe, which I can see how that would happen because they were already starting to cook themselves up. So I definitely am expecting a ring. It's not gonna be burnt, but like it will be browner than everything else. So we're gonna definitely get a little bit of a crisp there, which I'm excited for. For our next thing we're gonna wanna work on are the potatoes. So, they will go on here with, I'm gonna use a silicone mat just to help. I think they're gonna go kind of all over the place. There will be some off the silicone mat, but in general, I think we'll be good. I think we'll be good with silicone mat. All right, and then let me move some things out of my sink that I just kind of threw in here, because I want to go ahead and get some of these drained. There's definitely some that are done. So let's grab a colander. I'm using a mesh one. And let me grab a big bowl, because like I said, some of them aren't 100% done yet. And I want to keep those in as long as I can. So we're going to go after these little guys now. So we'll go back to that stove view and we'll go after the little potatoes. Because those guys, like, I could smash it right now. And see, you got, ooh, I don't know if you guys can see. Let's see, hold on. You got the skin is starting to kind of cut itself open, which is perfect. It's what we want. Yeah, that one's not quite done. But these real little ones are. Let's see here. Yeah, he's done. Yeah, some of these aren't quite there yet. I can tell who was at the bottom and who's been at the top. Okay. So let's see here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I'm seeing it. Here we go. Let me go ahead. I'm going to transfer these over. Grab some more. So obviously with my Old West meal, a lot of the times they just cook these potatoes over a fire and eat it that way. I'm doing a little bit more of an elevated version. But yeah, so all I have left are the big guys. So let me see, I'm gonna use a knife and let's see how far we can kind of get in there. Yeah, these definitely need a little bit more time. It's kind of weird that the recipe asked for 2 sizes because I thought this would happen, but that's okay. we can kind of start prepping what we already have. And when the big ones come out, just like make extra room for them. So I'm not too concerned. Because they're just gonna sit for just a little bit, right? Nothing wrong with that. So what we're gonna first do is, again, I'm gonna put them out here. We're gonna just go ahead. I'm gonna get a fork. Let's get that. I'm gonna smash. We're gonna smash the potatoes. And I do know the more you smash it down, the crispier you're gonna get it. Where if you want more of that fluff, you don't smash it as much. So whoop, we're gonna smash a lot though. Wow. Okay, this is kind of fun. We might not wait for the big ones because these are kind of big. Oh yeah, this is good. I might have to do 2 trays of these, I think. Ooh, these are breaking easy. Maybe I don't smash as much. Let's not get as aggressive here. We'll just do a little like bloop bloop. There we go. Okay. I need to be gentler with the potatoes. I'm kind of doing a rocking back and forth action because if I fully go in, it definitely like bursts like a grape. But I think these will be a huge hit in this household. Top Dog's a big potato guy, and these would be kind of fun for kids to make, for kids to help with. I could see especially the smashing part, but I could see if you get big ones and smash them down, almost like how you have a baked potato with all the toppings, you could have these like little slices potatoes and have a bunch of toppings that everyone can have. Oop. See, that guy just like fully broke open. Okay. Big ones break a lot more than the other ones, than the smaller ones. The smaller ones kind of just do exactly what I want them to do. The big guys want to just full explode. Okay. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to do a whole no, I won't. I won't have to do another tray. Ooh, that one popped. Let's just bring the rest of these guys up here. Because then we'll get the butter melted that we need to get melted. And we'll drizzle them in butter and olive oil and all the yumminess. But first we gotta let them sit because they want them to dry out a bit. So I'm gonna kind of make some room here for the big guys. Because those will be ready pretty soon. Yes. Yes. And it's all skin on, nothing skin off. This recipe wanted all skin on. So you guys can see, here's our smashed potatoes, right? Like you can kind of see some of them are like that. This is like a perfectly smushed potato. And then you had some that just fully, they went for it. They were like, nope, we're doing it this way. All right, let's check this. Okay, well that can actually go all the way through. So I think we might be ready. Let me pull the other ones. We went through with no problem at all. Yeah, these guys are pretty good. Which, let's see. Yeah, about 25 minutes is what it took. All right, we're gonna take those big boys out. Let's go ahead, turn off the stove for right now. And I'm gonna put these down. Use my fork. Ooh, hello. Just kind of go with me. Go with me here. Maybe they weren't as done as I was hoping. They might not be as done as I hoped. Some of them aren't, some of them aren't. We might just stick with the little guys. Oh, hi. Okay, you're good and smushed. Ah! Okay, these big ones don't work as well. I'm not even gonna play with that. This is just gonna be a mess. So we're just not playing with the big guys. Keep with the small ones. I know the recipe says like 2 types. Just keep with the small ones. They are working a lot better, much easier to handle. I love it. All right, 5 minutes to the side. So we're gonna keep that 5 minutes to the side. Crispy potato skins are actually really yummy. They don't get the recognition they deserve. I will say, if I'm gonna eat fries, I like them crispy. I like them really crispy, and I know people love like potato skins and whatnot too. And I mean, probably the crispier they are, that skin has got to be amazing. Okay, so 2 tablespoons of butter melted. Me and my butter melting today. I'm gonna get it down. Okay, let me grab some butter. I'm glad I ended up buying some at the store. I almost didn't. I was like, I should have enough. There shouldn't be a problem. All right, we're gonna move this skillet. Let me make some room here. I just got to get all my heat pads out, so that way when things come out, I know we are good to go. And then I'm gonna put that boiling hot water. I'm gonna pour it down the sink and then take this pot and put it to the side. So we are definitely done with that. All right, perfection. Okay, let's bring back our little cutting board here. Let's do the 2 tablespoons of butter, and we're gonna melt this. Yeah, there were some really interesting ones I thought about doing for this stream. There was one called the Cowboy Caviar, which was like corn, eggs, tomatoes, some other stuff with herbs, and I was like, that sounds good with like almost like a dip, but it was just like, I don't know. Oh, hey, Lady Dragon Chef, how are you? How is everything going? Welcome. How is your Sunday? We have got our cornbread skillet right now cooking. We made some honey butter. We've got some ranch butter. We're gonna put on the cowboy steak when we cook that. We're doing some smashed potatoes right now. They're sitting behind me. They're gonna get some butter, olive oil, salt, pepper, all the yumminess. And then we still have our cobbler. Trying to catch, oh my gosh, I know, right? It's so funny to finally be like, oh my gosh, like, I could finally catch up with everybody and see everybody, and oh, it's wild. What up, Tanner? How are you, right? Yeehaw! And if you're new to the stream, by the way, if you ever have an idea, because this whole idea came from you all, so if you ever have an idea, I put it in a jar, and at the end of stream, I pick that, because that'll be the theme for next Sunday. But yeah, we are gonna, today it's like doing these Old West, which, man, there were a lot that I was like, I can't get that meat, or I can't get that in time, but this was the closest I could get to doing kind of an Old West theme. All right. Got some butter here. I'm gonna pour in some olive oil to do a little bit of mixture. And then I'm gonna use the cracked salt pepper and then the cracked salt, because that's just, I like it when it's, I just like it more when you can have those little granules. Brings a lot to it. But oh my gosh, it has been a wild weekend already. I'm excited to eat this meal though. And I'll say, I told Top Dog like what I was cooking, and he was so excited. He's like, yes, this is my perfect meal. He is a meat and potatoes kind of guy, so he is happy with this one. Okay. And then these, by the way, are gonna go into the oven for 45 minutes at 400 degrees. Again, all the recipes I'm using today from blogs are pinned to the top. So you guys can grab those or whatever kind of you want to do with them. I know that for the cornbread, all we did was make a honey butter, which isn't in the recipe, but it was a 1/4 cup of butter to about a tablespoon of honey. We got a great idea from Rufio that if you ever want something else, she had a guava butter. And she said it's like a 1/4 cup of butter, I'm sure, with guava jelly in it. So I am 100% going to be taking some jellies and trying that stuff out. And then we made the ranch butter, but that's in the recipe. I'm trying to think, there's one other thing we were changing. Oh, on the cobbler, they want you to use a really thick sugar, and we're not going to do that. We're going to actually use brown sugar on the top. We'll use regular sugar in the cobbler, but then brown sugar on the top, so it caramelizes. Yes, cobbler's like a pie. like almost a deconstructed pie. It's kind of weird. It's all your berries and everything at the bottom. And then, my hair looks crazy, guys. And then the breading, almost like the pie crust on top. So yeah, it's a wild one. All right. Ooh, that's much better for me. Okay. So we've had these sitting out. They've definitely dried out. So these are our potatoes that are smashed. Again, we did about 20, 25 minutes of cooking them. And I did mini yellow golds. And so we did the 20 minutes of cooking them, put them on here, smashed them, let them kind of dry themselves out. Now I got the 2 tablespoons butter, 2 tablespoons olive oil. We're gonna just layer this on these potatoes. And then we're gonna crack a bunch of pepper and salt on top. And I'm thinking, like, I mean, you could probably go crazy with this. Like, you could probably add garlic to it, garlic salt. You could honestly probably do some kind of a cheese on top if you wanted to. Like, you could really make this almost into like potato nachos. You know what I mean? Like, you could really add a lot of stuff to this. Especially with them smashed like this, it makes it so easy. Okay, so we got the butter and olive oil. I'm making sure to get all the yummy pepper on. Oh, I can smell that. I'm gonna sneeze. Pepper always makes me sneeze. Yes, Tanner, so it is gonna be in a cast iron. So we're gonna actually cook the cobbler in a cast iron, and the cornbread's also already being cooked in a cast iron. And if you don't have a cast iron, by the way, most of your normal stove pans at home, definitely check them, but most of them can handle the oven as well. So just in case you don't have cast iron, totally fine. Check your pans. A lot of the times you can do that. What did I miss? What did I miss in my menu? Okay, 400 degrees, 40 minutes. Beans. Oh my gosh, you know how hard it was? I was trying to think how I was gonna do beans in this dish. Because beans were in everything. Okay. I said 40 minutes. 40 minutes, 400 degrees, right? Or was it 45? It says 45. We'll put 400, or we'll put 40, and I'll see where it goes from there. I was trying to think of beans. I was like, yes. But Top Dog, I also don't like potatoes, and you do, and I'm cooking potatoes. But I will say that I was trying to think of beans, and I was like, okay, most of the beans that I was finding the recipe for, it was just kind of like normal beans and you cook them. And I was like, okay, I could do that, or I could try making refried beans. And I honestly went back and forth, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna skip beans on this one because so many other recipes that we have hopefully coming up from all of our ideas have a lot of beans in them. So in my mind, I was like, I'm gonna get to beans one day. I'm gonna be forced to eat them on stream because I have to try them and I hate them. It's the one food I absolutely despise. I wasn't ready this time to eat that on stream. You guys will probably laugh at me when I have to eat those. They're horrific to me in all shapes and sizes and flavors and everything. I can't do it. I cannot do it. Okay, so we are gonna go. I'm really quickly gonna grab the steak. I'm not cooking it yet. I just want it to dry out a little bit. It helps crisp your meat up when you let it dry out. And again, I couldn't get a cowboy steak. A, the butcher was like, what is that? But B, they don't have any big cuts of meat with the bone in. Like, I really wanted it, but I couldn't find it. So I got a ribeye. And I'm excited for that. And again, we made our ranch butter. And he's a really good cut of meat, like very well marbled, probably about 1.5 inches thick. Like, we got a really good cut of meat here. So I'm gonna let him, I know it seems so backwards, but like, you gotta let your meat dry out a little bit to get a good crisp. So I'm gonna bring him out and set him to the side just so we can dry him out a teeny little bit. Our skillet cornbread has about 2 minutes left. So we're gonna have that come out, and I want to make sure I can show that to you guys, because that's gonna be a hot pan. That's gonna be very hot. But then we can start with our cobbler. You guys, today might be really fast because cowboy meals or Old West meals, what do you know? They cook fast, simple recipes. It's things that you could cook over a stove, cook on a grill, and it's bang, big bang boom, right? Like, it's so fast, which makes sense if you think of Old West meals. It's like they only had simple ingredients. They most of the time were out in the middle of nowhere, and they spent all day working. They don't want to cook a 3-hour meal. They want it to be on the steak, good to go. In 20 minutes, you're eating. So honestly, like, even talking with you all, I'm like, wow, this is going really, really fast, like really fast. So the cobbler's kind of the next thing we're gonna tackle, but we're gonna make the topping, which is the crust, and then we put that on top with all of our frozen fruit. I did go and look frozen fruit versus fresh fruit, because I did obviously mixed berries is what I really wanted to do. And it was like fresh fruit for me, a small thing of blueberries was like $6, and I was gonna need like 3 of those and 3 raspberries and a blackberry. Like, it would have been $20 for me just to get enough fruit for this cobbler. Or I spent $8 and got like 2 big bags of frozen fruit. So just a heads up, like, and it doesn't have any preservatives in it. I got like a good brand of the frozen fruit, and I love it. Like, I'm like, this is gonna be perfect. And I didn't even have to de-thaw it before making it, which I love even better. All right, let's look at this. Ooh. Oh, yes, 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 you guys. Okay, hold on. Oh, this smells so good. You guys, I love my cornbread. Ribeye best steak. Oh, I agree, Tanner. I fully agree. Think for cakes and pies frozen. Yep, frozen is so good. It works. You end up cooking everything and it all comes together. You guys, I'm gonna lift it up and hopefully you get a better color. Look at that cornbread. Oh my gosh. This looks amazing. Oh, I hope this tastes as good as it looks. Like, if this is as good as I hope it smells and it looks, I could imagine I'm gonna start making jalapeno cornbread. That's Top Dogs and mine's favorite cornbread is like jalapeno cheddar cornbread with a really good like butter. I could see us doing so much. Just plain cheddar cornbread. I've done like an herbed cornbread. This was so easy. It looks, smells so good, Lady Dragon. Yeah, it smells so good. That's really good looking. I know, Top Dog, you're gonna smell it soon. Okay, here we go. Let's get to, so we've got 35 minutes left on the potatoes. The steak I'm gonna be making on the stove, and that's gonna be about 3 to 5 minutes on each side. Again, we're doing the steak. If it disgusts you, I'm sorry. We love medium rare to pretty much rare. So I'm gonna be doing a sear of a 3 to 5 minute sear on each side, just to get it nice and, I don't even know what the right word. Basically, bring it to the right temperature, but get that nice little crisp on the edges and all of that. So I won't be doing it. Oh my gosh, of course, Tanner. I will show you the cornbread. Look at that, skillet cornbread. And it looks like that top part is like risen up. It's not. That's just where it broke. It's actually completely flat. How did I bake it? Not a problem, and I can go over that too. So I will say, pin to the top of chat, it should be there. If it's not, tell me, guys. But that is going to be where my skillet cornbread recipe, not mine, I just said it was mine. It's not mine. It was actually from the Pioneer Woman. And so all I did is in a pan, in a bowl, I mixed cornmeal, flour, salt, baking powder, baking soda, and then I took the milk, both buttermilk and regular milk, and then an egg, mixed it all together, incorporated some melted butter in it, put melted butter in this, cooked it on the stove top for 1 minute, and then put it in the oven 450 degrees for 20 minutes. So 1 cup cornmeal, ½ cup flour, a teaspoon salt, a tablespoon of baking powder, 1 cup buttermilk, a ½ cup milk, 1 egg, ½ teaspoon baking powder, and a 1/4 cup melted butter, and then 2 tablespoons of butter went into the pan to melt and get it all sizzling, and then you put the batter in. I have never cooked from the Pioneer Woman. I do not know why. I feel like I should, but like this was my first recipe from her, and I'm telling you guys, that smells so good. Like, I love cornbread, so I'm very excited, but like it smells so good. So we'll see. And again, it was a cast iron skillet, but most pans that you have at home, like stovetop pans, can go into the oven at least up to like 500 degrees. So definitely check them though. Like, don't try it without knowing, because some pans cannot and they will melt in your oven. So check your pans. But if you have a Pyrex, if you have a Dutch oven, anything like that. Yes. So what I would probably do is add, because this is a pretty good size, I would probably add a ½ cup of cheese with maybe a 1/4 to a ½ cup of sliced jalapenos. That's normally what I do with my cornbread, is like a full cup gets added, half cheese, half jalapenos, just into it, and like fold it in and then cooked. And it's jalapeno cheddar cornbread, so good. Hey, Uncle Stinky, oh my gosh, how is Seattle going? We finally got some good weather here in Vegas, so I'm excited, meaning sun. All right, we are gonna go to, again, this next one is gonna be our berry cobbler. And we're gonna start with the topping, because we're gonna mix a lot of ingredients together, and it's gonna be a dough, right? Yeah, we mix all of it together in a dough, and then we're gonna put all of our frozen berries at the bottom of the cast iron, and then, let me see, drizzle the top with more berries, vanilla, lemon juice, and then sprinkle with the dry. Super easy. Rubio, show a puppy. Okay, I will show one. They're both dead asleep. Let me grab a pooch. Hey, Miss Stellbells. We're gonna grab Stella here. I usually show Roxy first, but let me get, okay, and we're gonna try to remind myself that don't put them over the mic like I did last time. All right, here is my Stella. She is 2.5-year-old, and she is a full-on Frenchie, 26 pounds. She is my little napper. She will sleep. I mean, you guys can probably see her face. I'll get closer. Look at, she is like, why'd you wake me up? I was sleeping so soundly. All right, let me go stick her back in her nice warm spot amongst the pillows. Hi, Roxy. Hello. Hello, good girl. I do have another Frenchie named Roxy. And I mean, they are 2 peas in a pod, right? Full raccoon, all of it. Right? Oh, we get it all the time. People have jokes about that's a nice raccoon. We've got a few other things that are just, oh, they're so cute. But yeah, because we had guests over this weekend, they were up and trying to be with the guests and all of that, and it was just like not a happening. And so now they're like, oh, well, we get to go to bed now. So they are dead asleep. Okay, let's see here. Preheat the oven. That's what I had to do. Well, that one's already at 400, so I'm good. So we got 400. In a mixing bowl, whisk together the dry ingredients. Then we have the wet ingredients. That's easy. You guys, this is how I read recipes. Can you tell? It's also how I play games, anything else. And then Okay, interesting. So, in another small bowl, stir together the dry ingredients for the filling. Got it. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, why do they keep saying dry and all of this? But I get it. So we're actually going to start with that fruit filling first, because that's going to be the one that is going to go in. So we're going to make all of our dough that goes on top. We're going to make our fruit filling. The fruit filling is what we're going to start with first. And big old bowl, giant bowl, and we're going to mix together everything. Hey, Nye, how are you? I know, the rain coming in. I actually sat outside today without a jacket. It was so nice and sunny. I was like, this is gorgeous. Why can't we stay in this for Vegas? Like, I just want to stay in this. And then, like, of course, every news is like, all right, guys, get ready. And I'm all, oh, like, I don't know how y'all do it everywhere else. I really don't. Especially you, Uncle Stinky. Like, my entire family is from, like, on my mom's side is from Seattle and northern Washington. And it's just, I can't do it. It's too gray for me all the time. Like, it's not so much the rain. Like, I'm okay with that. It's fine. I'll deal with rain, but it's the gray. Like, I can't deal with all the gray. All right, I'm gonna just move this out of the way so that we're good there. Okay, sugar. So I need sugar, cornstarch. Where are you? I had you a second ago. Vanilla extract, lemon juice, and cinnamon. And this is all going with the berries, by the way. And then some salt. So I'll give you guys a little hint too. If you take out the really dry ingredients, your sugar, your cornstarch, if you just kind of do even the salt, if you want to make a really good berry for on top of like oatmeal or something, heat up frozen berries on just the stove, right? Heat them up. Add a little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of vanilla, and sprinkle some cinnamon. It is the best thing. It is so yummy on top of like a good oatmeal or pancakes. It's just this warm berry like mixture that I put it on top of so many things when I make it. And the best thing is if you make a big batch of it, you can just put it in Tupperware and reheat it the next day. And you have this like yummy berry almost sauce that you can put on top of anything. And it's so good. So for sure do that. Oh yeah, Uncle Stinky. Yeah, I can't. I like for you all who do that. I seriously, I don't know how. Like we're gray. What would you say, Nye? Like we get gray here. I feel like this year it's been a little bit more, but like maybe for a few days out of a week and a few weeks out of the year, right? And I can't even handle it. I'm like, no, please. I live by sunshine. I just love it. Okay, so I got mixed berry mix, strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries. It's like 2 weeks a year, right? For some reason this year though, we got a lot. Last year we got a lot of, I felt like winter was really long last year. And then this year, I just feel like it's just gloomy. I can't do it. Oh, all my little crazy curls. Hold on. I put my hair up midstream and I forgot to get something to hold my curls back. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna do a half cup of sugar, which I don't feel like is really needed, but that's what the recipe says, so I'm gonna do it. I always feel like berries are super, super sweet anyways. So we'll do a half cup of sugar on top of that. Does it snow in Nevada? Yes, it does. So in northern Nevada, like Reno and all of that, not a stupid question at all. I didn't know until I lived here. So it does snow in Nevada, especially in the northern parts. It snows like a lot. Here in Vegas, we get snow at our house. But I say snow very loosely. It sticks to our cars and it might stick to the ground for like an hour and then it's gone. You can't make snowmen with it. You can't do anything with it. It's there, you see it, you blink, it's gone. But if you go up into like more of the northern parts of Nevada, like where Lake Tahoe is, because Lake Tahoe has Reno on one side and then California on the other, that whole side, I mean, that if you remember Jeremy Renner, he got in his snowmobile accident. That was in Nevada, where he had that happen. So they get feet of snow. So it just depends where you are. But even in the southern point of Nevada, which is Vegas, we actually get snow here. And not a dumb question. I had no idea until I moved here. And somebody said, yeah, it's gonna snow. And I kind of laughed and went, okay, I thought it was a joke. And then it snowed. And I was like, oh, they're very real. And high desert, which is what we're considered as high desert, it is very hot in the summer and very cold in the winter. So we get down in Fahrenheit, we get down to, I got down to like 32 degrees at one point, Fahrenheit. So just to give you a little idea of what that's like, it's for sure, it gets cold. I have to have winter clothes. Okay, adding the cinnamon now. I should have done half and half cinnamon, half nutmeg. Next time. All right, we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. Big old cornstarch. Let me grab here we go. It's like, where did it go? My leveler. That's 1. Right? It's always interesting. That's what I love, is like learning about different places and all that. Especially if we can learn from each other. Like, safe, fun area down the way. So we see snow up on the mountains. Yep. Yeah, Mount Charleston for me is about a 45-minute drive or so. But yeah, we have like ski season and all that. Just gonna kind of mix this a little bit. And I'll show you guys what this looks like. Like, it's all just covering itself with all that cinnamon, cornstarch, salt, sugar. Now we're gonna add our kind of wet stuff in. So this is a teaspoon of vanilla, plus a dash because it's me and I love vanilla. So we just added just a little more. And then it's the same amount of lemon. There we go. I was trying to finish this off, so might be a little more lemony. Again, not opposed. Which, you guys, this is really off topic because I don't know why. I'm not a big like candy person, but I wasn't even gonna share these. For some reason, I grabbed these lemon crisp Kit Kats. Oh my gosh, like I put them in this bowl. Granted, I know I had guests over, but I still think I ate most of them. There's like a few left. This is it. That is it. Like, they are so good. I don't know. I think they might only come out because of Easter, but oh my gosh, these lemon Kit Kats are so yummy. They're like scrumptious. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be buying some more at the store if like for the seasonal, and like they might become my thing, right? Totally time to stock up. And I thought about it too. I was like, because I just think they're so yummy. I was like, oh my gosh, I could put them in vanilla ice cream in my ice cream maker and have like a lemony, yummy, like ice cream. I don't know. I know that was really random, guys, but lemon Kit Kats, who knew? Like, I've had the matcha ones and I've had other ones, and they're not like my favorite, but the lemon Kit Kat, I'm game for that. I like that. Okay, so I put aside our fruit filling. That way we're good with that. Now we're gonna put together our dough that kind of goes on top. So our second big bowl. Take a lemon wafer cookie, coat it in lemon melting candy. Oh, nice. I didn't even think about that. Yes. Because I love lemon, like lemon cakes. What's funny is I don't like lemon candy. It's too sour. But that lemon vanilla chocolate like balance is it's perfect. It's perfect. But I didn't even think about that. I'm gonna have to do that, and that I could get all year round, which is even better. That's like what it is. Lemon is cool, yes. Lemon baked stuff, right? Can't go wrong. Like, that is spring to me, is lemon things. And I've even made like, because I know how to make cookies from like a cake box. and I'll buy a lemon cake box and put extra lemon in it and make little like lemon cookies, and it's just so cool. Oh, I love lemon. Okay, let me get everything. Flour, sugar, baking powder, baking soda. Baking powder, baking soda, salt. All right, and then everything else is actually gonna be wet. So let's start with our dry first. And I'm just gonna get our dry stuff in and then we'll get our wet. All right, this is fine. So we need 1.5 cups of flour. All right. Yeah, tomorrow morning, I have the day off from work for the holiday, which is, I believe, President's Day in the U.S. So I have that off, and I get to start my day by going to the dentist for like 3 hours. So yay me. But I'm hoping it won't take too long. It's not going to be too crazy. It's for good things. But I think I've gone to the dentist every day, or not every day. I've gone at least one day a week because I'm getting some serious work done on my mouth, and I was like, oh, I have a day off, and I was like, I get to sleep in. No, I made my appointment super early, and I was just like, all right, we'll just do it. I'll take a nap when I come home. We made some Mexican rice the other day. I plan on throwing together some beans with smoked sausage. Ooh, Uncle Stinky, that sounds so good. That sounds really, really good. Now, what kind of beans would you use? I got bean people in here. So what kind of beans would you use? Okay, so let's see. 1/3 cup sugar, I did that. Now we got 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. So let's get my 1/2 teaspoon. I'm gonna need some more baking powder here soon. I love throwing stuff together and doing like gumbo, jambalaya, like just all these things. You have red and black, maybe pinto. I haven't decided. Ooh, y'all, I don't know which one to choose because I am not a big bean person. But I know black beans are a favorite of a lot of people. But I don't know. That sounds delicious though. And your smoked sausage, is it like a flavored smoked sausage or is it overall smoked? Just like smoked sausage. If that makes sense. I don't know if that made any sense. Or if it's got like some kind of a seasoning in it or something like that. Okay. We're good. We got our dry ingredients. Let me grab, I'm gonna grab another big, this is my biggest one. Big old container because we'll put all the liquids in here. 3/4 cup water. Oh, this is gonna be too big. Okay, we're gonna do a little funkiness here. Oh, you know what? We might be able to put all of it in here instead of the giant one. Hillshire Farms. Oh, those are so good. Do you know one of my favorite, well, especially Top Dog, one of his favorite things to do is we'll buy like the cheap box, not Kraft, the cheapest box of mac and cheese, and I'll cook it, and then I add, instead of just adding like what it says, we actually, I think it's Hillshire, they make a jalapeno cheddar sausage. I'll skillet up the sausage, and then all the oils and everything I add into the mac and cheese, and I top it with like some more like cheddar cheese, and it's like this spicy, cheesy yumminess. But that sausage, Hillshire, I don't think I've ever had a bad sausage from them. Like, it's so good. Their flavors are on point, that is for sure. Okay, 3/4 cup water. Now let me get the buttermilk again, because we're gonna be doing some buttermilk in here. They did advise you could do buttermilk powder. I actually like buttermilk, and I'll drink this in my coffee the rest of the week, so I just went ahead and bought buttermilk. But we're gonna add, yeah, 3 tablespoons of buttermilk. Yeah, a big thing in my house growing up was my mom would get like Polish sausage, and that with applesauce. Like, we'd have just this giant like kielbasa, just all these different sausages with like applesauce and cheese. Like, That was a thing in my household growing up. And it was always Hillshire. Like, I love Hillshire. And then my father-in-law, I forget which one he likes. What's the famous one, especially during the holidays, with their sausages and cheeses? I feel like it's Hillshire, but I think I'm wrong. But he always likes those ones too, where you can get the ones that, they're not in the refrigerated section, like they're already kind of dried. But I don't remember the name of those ones. But again, great. There's like so many good meats out there. I can't help it. Okay. 4 tablespoons butter. Melted. Melted, of course. Why would we not have it be melted? Okay. Let me go ahead. I'm just going to go to the cutting board back here real quick. And cut 4 tablespoons. Oops. And then we'll melt it. We'll melt it all up. I get to serve it with frozen pierogies. Ooh. I bet that, sour cream on, oh my gosh. I'm going to take hold on. I need to write that down. That sounds so amazingly good. Where can I write that down? Over here. That sounds really, really yummy. Now, for the pierogies, do you make them and freeze them, or do you buy them pre-bought? And the reason I'm asking is because if you do buy them like pre-done, I'd love to know who you get them from, because I think this sounds so good. I'm literally writing this down, guys, because I think I might do this week. With some good sour cream. Love it. Okay. All right. Butter. Time for more melting. Mr. T's in the frozen section. Okay, Mrs. T's. Mrs. T's. Okay. I'm going to have to look that up. I bet you we have it here. I don't see why we wouldn't. We have most of the frozen foods. Let me check our potatoes. Oh, yes. Those are smushed. Just added to my shopping list. Nice. Love it. Okay. Let's mix up. This is just those dry ingredients again. And this is going to be that dough that we're going to put on top of the cobbler. All right. And then this is our water and buttermilk. They want the butter to be fully melted. And then it wants like a sparkling sugar or a thicker sugar on top again, and on the very top when you're cooking it. I didn't have that, but I want to try it with brown sugar because I feel like you get really good crisp with that molasses. Oh my gosh, it almost just blew up. With the molasses. So I'm going to try it with that instead. But we got all of our dry ingredients. We're going to add the wet in. And I'm first going to just kind of get it going. And then we'll add this butter. And this is the dough that goes on top of the cobbler. And I'll show you guys. I mean, it's a true dough. It's not super like cookie dough, but it's there. So Top Dog found something on Instagram that he wants me to make. And if you're new here, Top Dog is my husband, my taste tester, my moderator. He is also a streamer. No eggs. Nope, Tanner, no eggs. Just flour, sugar, baking powder, it's almost biscuit-like is how it's going to come out. But yeah, like, it's very doughy. But he saw something on Instagram. So I think on Wednesday, for my normal stream, I'm going to cook dinner like I normally do. You guys know it's just a very easy what I'm eating that night for dinner. But he found this recipe where it's cinnamon rolls stuffed with cookie dough, and then you add some extras inside because it's supposed to be like a s'more cinnamon roll, a s'more cookie cinnamon roll. So then I top it off with marshmallows and then like go over it. Basically like a sweet tooth dream, but he loves s'mores. So I think on Wednesday I'm going to try. I bought all the stuff to make it, so I think we might try making it. Okay, we got that done. That is all mixed together. So let's go ahead and push everything into one. All right, so cast iron skillet. And then we have those berries that we did that extra little bits too. Okay, get this all in. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I mean, it smells really good. It's probably the cinnamon and the sugar I'm smelling, but that smells delish. I'm gonna stick this bowl behind you guys, actually. Okay, so this is what we've got right now, right? Just lovely berry mixture, super easy. So because I'm gonna snooze really quickly this ad that's gonna start soon, just so we can get all of this on and in. So we did that. Okay, Then using a cookie dough scoop, which I don't have, it just says you just top it and spread it and sprinkle it with cheese. So I'm just gonna use this, and we're just gonna this is kind of in their picture how they have it, is almost like just little droplets of this. So we'll just do that too. I don't think there's any rhyme or reason to how you bake it, right? As long as it tastes good, I'm a happy girl. Hi, Roxy. Okay. And again, I'm not gonna do the sparkly sugar or whatever it's called. I'm gonna be doing brown sugar on top, which will give it a little bit more of a crisp, but I like that. I like it crispy. All right, let's see, let's get a little bit more of this off. It's very sticky. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, take that off my hand. And then we'll get, oh my gosh, the thing that it's on. Okay, then we'll get the brown sugar, which is right here. And I'm just gonna grab like a little tablespoon. And we're just gonna kind of sprinkle it on top. And I'm not just doing it on the breading. I wanna kind of do it everywhere so that even if it doesn't have this yummy breading on it, it's still getting a little bit of that caramelization. Like even when I caramelize onions, I caramelize them with brown sugar. I don't do it with regular sugar because I like the taste, and that because it's got molasses, I like that it gets in there a little bit more. Oh, you guys. Hold on, we could post that. Hold on. Hold on, let me approve this. Sorry, Tanner. You guys will all see it in like 1 second. And yes, I agree. I need a good cowboy, cowgirl, hot coffee with this because it's going to be good. You know what? We're going to do a little bit more. I mean, not that this isn't like sugary enough. Okay, there we go, there we go. All right, here is our before. I'm gonna actually show it on the stove because it's gonna be much easier than trying to turn it. Okay, so here we go. Oops, go to stove view. Okay. So there, you guys can see the the sweet biscuits. And then all that sugar, the brown sugar on top with the berries. And this actually goes in the same one that the potatoes are in. So let me check the potatoes. Oh yeah, those suckers are they've got 3 minutes left. You know what, Top Dog? There's some cornbread. I'm about to bust into this cornbread. And we're doing it totally like I'm using one of our normal plates because I don't have any of my other, well, I have my other plates, but yeah, that is still hot. Yeah, come eat some cornbread. Cornbread. Okay. Oh. All right, here is the butter we got for our cornbread. Remember we did a 4th cup of butter to a tablespoon of honey, maybe a little more than a tablespoon. And we used half regular honey and half orange honey, which if you're like orange honey, all that means is it is honey that we got that those bees eat the pollen from orange trees. So it kind of has that yummy, it's got an orange citrusy taste to it. It's the best way for me to describe it. Okay. Ooh, it's slicing and it's crispy. The edges, they said, the edges will be crispy. And they are. I need to cut this a little bit better. And look who's here, guys. Top dog in the flesh.
What's up, everybody?
Oh my gosh. Look at that.
Oh, the inside looks perfect.
Right? Smell it.
Oh,
So yummy. You guys see that?
do you have a butter put on it, man?
I have a honey butter. Now I
That's what the honey was for. wasn't it?
yes, that's what it was for. So I used some of that orange honey you really like. Uh-huh.
Orange blossom honey butter on top of cornbread?
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a feeling this is going to be dangerous.
Okay. Do you see him, guys? Do you guys see him? He's like, I don't even want you to try it yet.
Let's
Me,
see the butter. Let me
me
see.
as a streamer. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Mm.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
That's so good.
You guys, this is probably one of the moistest cornbreads I've ever had. It is, right? Top dog in the house.
What's up? This is really good. Oh my god.
Now, can you imagine it if I add the jalapeno and cheddar one time and if I do all of that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
this cornbread is just the meal.
Yeah, it's so good.
You can make just this.
Mmm.
That is really, really good.
Mmm.
It's gonna be really hard to take all of this.
Yeah, especially on the hot pan. Do you want me to cut you another piece? And you can put a whole bunch of butter on
I'm
it?
just gonna keep going with this one. Just keep doing it. Come on.
He's not here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, what's great is he's about to be here and the potatoes are about to come out. He just knows when to come into this kitchen.
Everything you make, especially everything today on stream, I'm so excited.
I told you guys, he was like, this is my kind of menu.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. There's like 38 seconds until the potatoes ring and they're done, and then we're gonna put our cobbler in.
She was telling me everything she was making today, the other day, when we were shopping and stuff, and she was telling me what she was making, and I was like, dude, everything you're making on that stream sounds so good.
Yeah, this is his cup of tea, is all of this. Meat and potatoes. Yeah, and then this is the ranch butter that's gonna go onto the steak. I'm not gonna have you try just the butter, but like smell it.
Oh, that smells really good.
Yeah, it smells really good. So
That smells tasty. That smells like it's
that's what I mean. But I'm gonna tell you guys, again, pinned to chat are these recipes. 10 out of 10 for this cornbread.
Mhm.
It is the moistest
Imagine
cornbread.
Like a thin layer of cheese on it or
Oh,
something.
that's what I was saying, like a 5-cheese cornbread or, All right, guys, our smashed potatoes are coming out. I'm gonna show them on chat in the stove view while Top Dog just keeps eating cornbread. Okay, here we go. So let me see if I can get a better angle, but these are smashed and they are like crispy. They are very crispy. The edges are crisped. So 100%, like this is gonna look great. So we're gonna let those sit just for a second because this would be super hot, but you just top this with parsley. That's all it is. So it's butter, olive oil, salt and pepper while it's cooking, right, in the oven, and then we top with parsley. Stop! Oh my gosh! If you want some, I'll give you some.
What are you talking about? I was just looking at it.
Oh my gosh.
Do another.
I kick him out of the kitchen when I cook. Do you all see why?
Let's just drink a root beer.
Yeah, just a root beer.
There's nothing going on.
Okay. This is gonna be so hot. You're not even gonna be able to eat this.
I'll be able to eat it.
Oh, guys, no, I'm not done. I'm plating.
Oh, you're plating.
I'm plating.
Smashed potatoes. I mean, technically that is a raid, huh? I just showed up and I started eating all the food.
Per the
It's a
use.
shame in person. So I've got like Viking bloodlines. I like to say this is when it's on Twitch, it's a top dog raid. When it's in real life, it's a top dog pillaging.
Okay. I'm gonna show you guys on this camera because I think it's gonna look a lot better. Like, do you guys see that? Yeah, this is such a better camera angle for this. Do you guys see that toastiness? Like, I don't know if you guys can hear it. It is toasty. Okay. I'll move the cornbread plate out of the way, seeing that that was demolished. You can get more later. Hold on, let me move that though.
Should we get like a fork for the mashed potatoes? Or
Yeah, we can do a fork.
The proper way to eat potatoes.
Right? Because we're so proper here.
So proper.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. You've thrown me for a loop. All right, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put our cobbler in, okay? Right? Nom, 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 nom. All right.
Just keep cobbling over there.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let me see. 30 minutes. Cobbler, 400 degrees, 30 minutes. I can actually turn my lower oven off. Do you guys see his face?
Guys, oh, this is a family-friendly channel.
Family friendly.
Almost had to time out myself in real life.
Okay. I don't like
This is
potatoes,
amazing.
so
This is so good.
wow.
This is really good.
I don't like potatoes. This is pretty good, but he's a potato guy, so trust him, not me.
This is a 10 out of 10.
Really? You want me to make it again?
I'd say 9 out of 10. If you could
Sour
do,
cream?
If you could do this menu, but then like integrate some sort of like baked potato ingredients like sour cream and cheese and stuff like
Okay,
that.
so let me get some sour cream.
Oh, it's really good though. It's really, really good. Oh boy.
Okay, let's see. Hold on. Let me grab.
Getting some pieces ready so we can try to start.
Yeah.
Because that's what the cowboys had. They had cowboys, like real cowboys back in the day. They had different buckets of sour cream.
Buckets of refrigerated goods with them at all times.
They had little mini fridges strapped to the horses.
Right? Didn't you guys know that?
Totally not.
Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna like make up a perfect bite real quick.
Ooh, there you go.
Okay, we're gonna add some sharp cheddar cheese.
Okay. Do that on top of sour cream.
Okay.
You could serve those potatoes with kielbasa. I bet it would be. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Dude, Uncle Stinky, that is a great idea. That is a fantastic. I think we're gonna actually have to do that because that sounds amazing. Yeah, look. Oh, good kielbasa.
I know he had a really good thing that he was like, he does his, what I wrote it down, kielbasa, veggies with pierogies and sour cream and stuff. And I was just like, oh my gosh.
So, Uncle Stinky, we're coming to your house for dinner, right?
Right?
Right.
Next one.
I mean, with Tanner, with good reason. All right.
All right.
This is especially a good kielbasa is worth loving that one.
And then let me, a little bit more. Chives would have been really good. I don't have any chives.
Yeah.
Okay, so now try one with some of that sour cream on it. Yeah, that's the fork. Yeah. Tell me what you think of it as like I said, it could be a like nacho type bar, like potato smash nacho thing.
Like 11 out of 10. I'm not even joking.
Yeah?
Try that piece right there.
Okay, I'd eat a potato that way.
She didn't even like potatoes.
Mm-mm.
She'd eat this.
Mhm.
Would you eat this or would you look forward to this?
I'd eat it, but that's because
Yeah.
I'm not a potato person.
Yeah.
But if I got
That's
served
good.
that, the smash, and it's, you guys, the bottom, this is, I'm gonna pick one up and show you guys.
That's good.
Bottom, because you keep the skin on, like, it's super crispy. So you have the smashing of the potato in here with all the good stuff, and then everything around it on the bottom has a crisp to it. So it's really, really yummy.
I don't know how to do sour cream.
It's okay. Just throw it on your plate and just dip it in. Oh. There you
I'm
go.
afraid it's gonna come back in my face.
You just have to get enough of it. There you go. Yeah, 100%. So we got a lot of these potatoes left.
Bachelor food, nothing. Good kielbasa is always good. Just trying to see if we're happily married that I can have a pasta.
Okay. So, those potatoes on their own with the recipe, 9 out of 10. Adding your favorite toppings. Like, I even have bacon bits in the fridge right now. And it's like, you put some bacon on top of that, sour cream, the cheese. Again, I would have done chives, too, but this one, as is,
I mean, with the
super
cilantro,
yummy.
With the cilantro, it's really
Parsley.
Parsley?
Yes.
With this, whatever this is.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would switch the parsley out for chives. I would
Yeah.
basically do like a baked potato, but as a smashed potato setting.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
I honestly think this would be a fun build your own potato thing.
Mhm.
And you have smashed potatoes and you build it because you almost can pick them up like nachos, like chips.
Yeah, really
You
good.
really can. So it would be a really fun way to eat.
Throw some sour cream on here.
Yeah.
Like that.
This has now turned into Watch Top Dog Eat show.
Yeah, pretty much. Sorry, this is not good.
Baking powder, really, Tanner? Well, now, like, I wouldn't have ever have thought of that. So would you add it? Okay, so we cooked them first by steaming them and then smashed them. When you smash them and we're putting the butter on it, is that when you do the baking powder, or do you do it from the very beginning and like put it in the water? This is gonna be what really makes Top Dog happy though, is the steaks coming out. Like, and I'm not gonna lie guys, I went to pick a steak. He actually picked this one from the butcher. I was like, yeah, these steaks. And he's like, I want that one.
We're gonna run this down a little bit though. So, she told me she was making like she put on the grocery list.
Okay, I'm gonna move this.
And so when we're at the grocery store, she's grabbing the ingredients and grabbing what we need and everything. I kind of just maintain the list and push the cart, right? And I'm like, it says cowboy steak. I'm like, it's a cowboy steak. I know my meats. I'm really good on the grill. She's fantastic in the kitchen. I don't know what a cabinet is.
He's
And
lying.
I was like, look at that, it's a cowboy steak. And she goes, oh, I just need like a really big, thick steak. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense actually. So then I was like, do you need it to be a certain type of cut or anything? I was like, and she's like, not really. Hadn't really thought about that. And I was like,
Yeah.
well, let's go with something that the Cowboys actually would have had. And in you know, with these Cowboys out in the field and everything like that, the easiest cuts and that are the thickest, they cook really well on campfires and stuff, are things like a ribeye. So we got a ribeye steak. Now with ribeye steak, you want something that's well marbled, because the fat veins inside the ribeye steaks, when you cook it, is going to be where a lot of the flavor comes from.
Let me
And
get
that's true
underneath
for
here
a lot
real
of
quick.
meats, but on ribeye, it's very important that you get a well marbled ribeye. And we spotted this one. They had 6. Spotted this one. It's not as big as we wanted it to be, but
Yeah.
it's definitely thick and it's definitely well marbled.
I was gonna say it's about a ½ inch. I realized could you guys hear him okay? I was walking around him and I'm the one with the mic.
Yeah, I figured that good.
We haven't gotten him a mic yet. But yeah, no,
I
it's
just constantly follow you around and talk.
right? We're gonna get a nice big pan out though to do this sucker. And I will be putting butter in the pan. I mean, that's yours.
I haven't had bison. Bison's very good.
Really? I've never had bison. I've had, trying to think of like the weirdest meat. We went to this one place in California that makes weird like sausages, and it was like a rattlesnake alligator. Remember in Orange? Like they did like alligator and rattlesnake and all of that.
I've had rattlesnake. I've had alligator, bison, elk, moose, cow, obviously.
Yeah.
All that stuff, turkey,
Yeah.
quail.
Yeah,
when it
quail
comes to
I've
meat-
had.
When it comes to meat, I mean, we had. Remember when we had all the mako steaks?
Yep, Mako shark.
Out to the ocean, I caught a big old mako shark, and we chopped it up with these really thick mako steaks. And I mean, these mako steaks in a restaurant setting would be costing you $100.
Yeah.
$120. And we had just buckets of them.
Mm-hmm.
So for a while, we ate mako steaks, and we got really good with the different flavors on that.
Yeah.
Back them up next time.
Right? I know. I'm like, oh my gosh. Hey, Scumbag, how are you? Oh my gosh. So Top Dog has had almost all of the smashed potatoes. We just finished those and he's eating those. Our cornbread skillet, like, I can't wait to dive into that because that was so good. It's one of the, like, moistest cornbreads I've ever had, like, here at home. It was so good. We're making our cowboy steak right now, and the cobbler is a cooking. But yeah, and the cowboy steak has a ranch butter. All the recipes are above, and we did a honey butter on the cornbread. So,
Potatoes look really good.
yeah.
Tanner said we need to mic him up next time.
I know.
We'll get me mic'd up next time.
I gotta buy him a mic.
Yeah, because I think your new system supports up to 2 mics at one time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just gotta buy another one.
There we go. Because that way everybody can just listen to me eat as well.
Oh, night, Tanner. Have a good night. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you sleep well.
Bye, Tanner. Have a good one.
I'm just heating up the butter, guys, on high right now because I want this to have a good sizzle as soon as it hits the pan because this is only going to get seared. So like I said, it's about a ½ inch. So I'm going to probably only go 5 minutes on each side. Like we're going to just sear it so it is going to still be red and yummy on the inside. That is actually how we like our steaks, and that's how I'm cooking this one. And yes, I know I'm only cooking one steak and there's 2 of us. So Top Dog's just not gonna get any. I'm just kidding.
I almost unfollowed you for that.
All right, I'm gonna show you guys stove view so you can see we kind of got the butter browning.
Not
Okay.
with potatoes.
Okay.
I'll be back down a bit for spinach.
Okay. All right, here we go. And I'm lowering the temp. It was on high. I'm gonna lower it to medium just because it's gonna get that sizzle, the nice markings, but now it won't 100%, you know, it's not gonna burn anything or overly cook on one side. So I'm gonna lower it. And for our cobbler, we got about 19 minutes. So this is gonna be perfection. All right. Let's see here. I'm just moving really quickly because I'm going to use my cutting board for our cobbler or for the meat. Obviously, with any meat, you're going to want to let it sit for a few minutes when it's done because it really has to sit. So if you cut it open, all its warm juices and everything that you just cooked to make it taste amazing just falls out. So you definitely want to let it just rest and sit for a moment. So we're going to let that. But like I said, we're at 5 minutes is what we're going to do on each side of this steak. I am going to higher it up a little bit. It's a little less sizzly than I want it to be right now. And when we turn it over, I'm going to add a little bit more butter to it. And the reason I'm going to add the butter and I'm going to kind of take it and spoon the butter on top is because I don't want the top to dry out. And it just helps with just the yumminess. Right, Jedi? It looks so good. The marbling on this was amazing. I'm excited to eat this. I was like, and we got one steak because I was like, I want a yummy, yummy steak that is going to be good, and I'll spend a little extra money, and we'll just share one steak. But this is actually, it's going to be a good steak. Okay. So if you guys remember, I just tested it real quick. When we first made the ranch butter, using the ranch packet like it said, it was a little grainy, but now everything's kind of mixed in really, really well together. And I'm on like a level 6 on my stove. So my medium's here, my high is there. And so I'm kind of in that territory. Not quite in the center, a little bit more on the medium side. Because I don't want to burn this sucker. He's gorgeous. He is gorgeous. We're going to let that sizzle for a little bit. I'm going to just grab some of my water. So that way we are good to go. I am excited though. This is going to be a great one. This is a great meal. Well, while we're waiting for this, because let's see. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, so about 23 is when I'll flip it and we'll go another 5 minutes. But at least we can kind of take this time and pick out the theme for next week. So again, on Wednesday, I cook just regular, normal, not a 4-course meal, just my normal dinner, what I have. But again, it's a fast meal that anyone can do. And then I'll also, on Wednesday this week, I'm going to cook that special crazy dessert that Top Dog wants me to cook from Instagram. So I will cook a normal dinner. I don't know what it is yet, but I will cook it. And then we will go ahead and make a crazy dessert, which how fun would that be? But then Let's see, guys. Next Sunday, our theme, what are we going to be making? Okay, whatever that was is what I picked. And if you can still throw themes in the hat if you would like. And I'll just add them in and maybe I'll pick it next week. But our theme is, oh my gosh, Hawaiian food with an edible flower. Some type of flower, but we are doing Hawaiian. I am not mad. I love Hawaiian food. It is so good. So we're doing Hawaiian food next week, guys, which is so funny because I just gave my one sister back her Hawaiian cookbook. And now I'm going to need it back because I want to cook not your normal Hawaiian food. I want to cook food that actually gets eaten in Hawaii. And yeah, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm like in my head, I'm like, okay, I got to get certain flowers. I got to get certain things. So we're going to do Hawaiian next week. Oh, that's exciting. All right. I'm about 1 minute away from turning it. This is looking good. I am not mad at this. Okay, here we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Now we'll do another 5 minutes on this side. Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm going to take this time though. I can't believe it, guys. This is a really fast one today. Just like how it would be back in the Old West, right? Like fast, they want their food, all of that. And it really has been today, but I'm excited for that. So that means we all get to eat fast. Okay, let me put a few more of my things away. There we go. And you know what? I was going to put a little bit of extra butter in there. I totally forgot. Let me put some extra butters. There we go. Get that in there. Not too shabby. All right. Oh, I love it. This is smelling so good. I'm actually going to get a different knife for us to cut the meat when it's ready. Now, what I will do is what I'll show you guys is that kind of, you see it sometimes in movies and whatnot or TV shows. You kind of take all this yummy juice and you just put it on top. A, flavor, and B, obviously keeps it moist. Nice glistening steak. Oh, you guys, this is so good. So, so good. And the ranch butter. So I want to see what she says for this ranch butter. Okay. So da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so she allows the steak to set for 5 minutes, it looks like, before we put the ranch butter on top. Oh yeah, and a lot of the times too, when I cook steaks, this one has quite a bit. I did maybe a little too much butter, which is fine. It's just going to be buttery goodness. But a lot of the times what I'll do too is I'll throw a little pat of butter in there and maybe a garlic clove, so that it gets cooked in almost a garlic butter, and it's so good and so deliciously yummy that way. So that for sure is another way you can cook a really, really yummy. It's not too bad. So we've got a few more minutes on our lovely steak. We got two more minutes, and then I'm gonna put it on the cutting board. I'm gonna let it chill. Again, let your meat, your cooked ingredients, let everything chill a little bit. You don't burn yourself, and especially with meat, keeps all that yummy juice and goodness that is the flavor, keeps that inside, which is, I mean, you're eating it because you want to have something that tastes super yummy. Let me check how our cobbler is. Oh, it's looking good. Okay, I'm so excited. This is a great meal. Seriously, I mean, we have been a 10 out of 10 so far on everything we've tried. So I'm excited for like the rest of this. And I know the cobbler is going to be great. Like the dough would be the only thing that I'd be like, oh, I don't know if I like it. Because you give me like warm fruit, I'm a happy girl. I'm a happy camper. What's weird is I don't like it in pies, but I like it in cobblers, which, I mean, I could probably go to therapy to figure out why that's a thing, but okay. One more minute at the 28, at 4:28 my time. We take it off. Oh, guys, it's so yummy. I'm really happy with how all this turned out. This is actually really, really good. And also, too, something to keep in mind when cooking, especially if you cook with like poultry, and you're like, it just seems to be a little too dry. One of your things too, especially with meats, is just because I took it off of the stove doesn't mean it's done cooking. It keeps itself cooking. Okay. Here we go. Oh, yes, 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 sir. Okay, we're going to let this rest. Thank you, Top Dog. Okay, I have another water bottle because I finished the first one. Okay. 5 minutes at least. Just give yourself 5 minutes to let these things cool. I promise it's worth it. Promise, promise, promise. This looks so good. Everything is cooked all the way up my sides. I got a little bit of red over here. But if you guys want to see, here is the steak. Again, all we did was salt and pepper, and then I cooked it in some butter. And then we're gonna put this ranch butter on when we're ready to dive on into this loveliness. But we're gonna let it rest and sit for 5 minutes. Believe it or not, one of my favorite things to do is like to have these big old cutting boards like this, and like this is your plate for the night. When we make big steaks, it's like my favorite thing. It's just be like, here's your plate of meat, enjoy. And honestly, I'm like thinking cowboy times, some of this meat, a little bit of that cornbread, the potatoes and cobbler. Like, you got a fancy TV dinner right here, I think. You all remember TV dinners? Ugh. Part of childhood, I swear. Okay, and this cobbler, okay, we are cooking, we're looking good. So, oh my gosh, I'm so excited though. I'm like, 5 minutes, okay, we've gone through one of them. But we definitely have, let me get my knife. We definitely are gonna put the ranch on this, cut a few slices so we can try it in the ranch butter. And then I think 4 pictures. I might actually do all that stuff because I think I forgot to take pictures per the usual. But yes, and oh, I'm excited for this because we have been living off of Super Bowl leftovers an entire week now. Because I made pizza, jalapeno poppers, wings, queso, salsa, guacamole, cupcakes, cookies, regular cake. There's something I'm forgetting. But great food, but I'm like, I was ready for a home-cooked, yummy, yummy meal. I don't know if anyone else gets that way. Like, I love the junk food, but sometimes it's like, I just want some yumminess. All right. Well, this is kind of exciting being done this early. Like, and like actually being able to do this. Your freezer filled with TV dinners back when the chicken, oh yes. Oh, it was, yep, when it was identical, yep. Oh, we had so many TV dinners. It was a thing, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It was like you could find all those meals in the freezer. My mom ended up cooking, like, I actually learned a lot from her with cooking. She ended up being somebody who did end up taking a few cooking classes and things. But I mean, it was a part of growing up. Like you know, you had your TV dinner Thank you, Uncle Stinky. Yeah, and they had like the cobbler and everything was either one side of it was cold, the other side was boiling hot. That and pot pies, oh my gosh, yes. I am not a pot pie person, and my family, that's all they eat the whole time, is pot pies. And that is just not my cup of tea. Thankfully, it is not Top Dog's either. He is not a pot pie guy either. So I've never had to make one or even try, like, at all. All right, I'm really quickly, I want to snooze this ad too, because we're about to cut into the steak. So I don't want you guys to miss that, because, let's see. Yeah, in the next minute, I can cut into the steak. But yeah, that, pot pies, I'm trying to think what else. Shockingly, I didn't grow up with a lot of frozen pizzas because my dad really liked pizzas with the boboli crust and all that, so my mom would make pizzas. So we didn't have a lot of frozen pizzas, but taquitos. We had frozen taquitos. We always had boxes of frozen taquitos. And then if there was something cool at Costco or Sam's Club or one of those big warehouse stores that's like, frozen this sandwich, frozen that. That was like the new thing we had in our freezer. Leftovers, yes, I will agree. For pot pies, it's like the perfect thing of like, put it all together. I usually make it, because we're not pot pie people, I look at what I have and I try to do like a ramen with it, because I'm like, okay, I do more of the soup base or something like that. So I try to do something. I think it's the crust for me that I'm not big on that crust, but yeah, it's weird. Pot pies, I think maybe I just got it overdone them. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, beauty. This is beautiful. Okay. I want you guys to see. Here you go. So you've got, I don't want to drip on my computers. Oh, all that yummy, yummy, yumminess. Okay, so I'm just going to cut a few. Don't worry, Top Dog. You don't have to come down to try the steak. It's all good. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to just put the butter to the side and I'll dip it in versus putting it on top. Because if I don't want it on top, then that whole steak's ruined if I end up not liking it. So, let's see here. My phone's right here. Frozen chicken patties. Oh my gosh. Yes, Rufio. Oh, frozen chicken patties and hamburger patties. Oh, I forgot. Yes, the frozen chicken patties. Guys, okay, here we go. No, you can come down, Top. I was kidding with you. If you want to come down and try the steak. I mean, you did pick it, so I guess you should. Okay, I'm going to first try it without. I mean, it's just a great steak. Okay, so now I'm trying it with that ranch butter. I should have taken a smaller bite. Sorry, guys. The ranch butter is really good. Now, it is as if you really did marinate this and did everything in ranch. It's a strong ranch, which I'm not like against. But I'm also a steak person that I just like steak. Like salt, pepper, nothing else. I can just eat a steak because I think it just tastes delicious. Like a good cut of meat shouldn't need anything else on it. Like it just should taste amazing. And this really does. This tastes so good. But I'm not opposed to this ranch. It's just, you only need a teeny bit because it is like pow with that ranch. Your mom used to make your own hamburger and breaded chicken patties. Oh, that would have been nice, Jedi. To me, it's funny growing up and seeing like what used to be in my house, and now like I have to have, like I always had tortillas growing up. Always.
Warm right here on my feet. I
Oh.
didn't even realize my feet were cold until I just walked by.
Oh my gosh. This is so good. Okay, so we're gonna give you a little bit of steak
Okay.
with nothing. Just as is
Just try the steak.
steak. It's this was a great choice of steak.
Oh, that's good for you.
Good steak. Okay, so now if you want you do not need a lot of that. It is a pow.
When I smelled it, it smelled like it's really concentrated.
Yeah. And we only did like, I think it was what, like 1.25 teaspoons or something of it. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. It's like, you really do not need a lot of that, guys. Let me check
This
the
is good.
cobbler. You like it? I didn't think you were gonna like it that much.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I just didn't think you would. Okay, hold on, because you got to talk to me when I'm facing you so everyone can hear you. Oh, guys, this cobbler. Oh my gosh. Do you smell that? Oh.
Do you?
I do. Oh my gosh. Okay, stove view real quick, guys. Look at this cobbler. I'm gonna lift it up so you can see it. Look at that yummy, yummy, yumminess. And again, these are nice and hard, the kind of biscuits. Oh, this is gonna be so delicious. You guys, honestly, amazing meal. Like, we still have one thing to try.
We'll try it.
The cobbler.
That's dessert.
It is, I just got everything all over me. Shocker. This meal is so good.
Came away with it without something on it.
Yeah, no, I got berry juice on me. Okay, so we were talking about the things growing up, and Jedi talked about how he always had pot pies in his house. Rufio had those Costco chicken patties. What was something in your like freezer that you grew up always having?
That's a good question.
Because I always also had taquitos. You know, because sometimes I randomly decide I'm going to buy a box of them because I'm like, I just need my taquitos.
I mean, for a little while, we always had Hot Pockets, but that wouldn't be like prominent as like something I grew up like we always had.
Yeah.
I'd say ice cream.
Really? You guys didn't do like frozen meats and stuff?
I'd say, well, I mean, yeah, we had like probably frozen meats and stuff
Mhm.
that my mom was cooking, but like, what, like thinking about like what is always, it was always in my fridge growing up. We always had some sort of tub of ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Like just like the whole family, because my whole family loves ice cream. So, but yeah, that's something I can think of growing up that was always in the freezer.
Mm-hmm.
Always had at least one kind of option for ice cream. So.
And Rufio, to answer your question, the top of it was like a biscuit dough. So flour, sugar, baking powder, baking soda, salt, buttermilk, water, and then I topped it all off with brown sugar to get that extra crisp.
Well, the knife we have chosen to cut steak with.
What about it?
Well, it's not a steak.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's cut.
It's not serrated.
You don't need it to be serrated.
You don't need it to be serrated. I mean, look, it's
I
clearly
just bit my lip.
clearly working. You're just falling apart right now, aren't
I
you?
am.
Getting
I
stuff
am,
on
guys.
you,
I'm
biting your
tired.
lip.
My dog just farted,
Again.
like, and again.
Which one? That was Roxy.
It's Roxy.
Of course, it's Roxy.
If
Yes,
you guys
yes,
didn't know, French Bulldogs, that's what they do.
They fart a lot.
Mm-hmm. Super cute till you smell them.
So do English bulldogs, pugs,
Mm-hmm.
all of them.
So you like that?
Really good. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Really good.
Well, let me get ready.
You know how much I like that?
Huh.
If you put a steak on my plate, and there was a dollop of that stuff on the side,
You eat all of it?
I wouldn't even grab the one out of the fridge.
Oh, that's what he does because I'm, again, like I said, guys, I'll just eat meat. he'll sometimes need A1 or something extra. Okay, well that's good to know, because then, I mean, that's huge. Okay, let me grab the cobbler. I just have to get a hot thing so I don't burn our place down.
I'll just hang out with Chad.
There you guys go. Ask him the deep, dark questions you guys want to know.
Deep, dark questions. And I'll answer what I can.
Right? Family friendly, guys. Family friendly. All right.
I am here in person to moderate these questions. So.
Okay.
Now, what flavor
watch out.
cobbler was this?
Blackberry, raspberry, strawberry, blueberry. Like mixed berry.
Oh, the mixed berries. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. Let me get a photo for. Don't touch it.
I didn't touch anything.
My gosh. My gosh. I don't know what I'm going to do sometimes. So obviously, I'm going to eat it as is.
I'll take a picture.
But y'all know
Y'all.
I would put vanilla ice cream on this in a bowl. The hot cobbler with a vanilla ice cream, I might end up doing it. That's what I want. Like,
I'm very proud of this.
oh, that looks really good. I might use that one. Well, I was watching you take it. Yeah. It's a good shot, guys. You'll see it on my Instagram.
Check out the Instas.
Okay.
I don't know where you want to
I'll just put it over here. No big deal. Okay. So this, I'm going to see. Can you guys hear it? Like, we got a crispy top, which is awesome. That was kind of awkward and weird, but I hope you guys saw it. Okay.
We're live.
Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to put ice cream on this because it's really hot. Yeah, I need to get vanilla. Hold on, guys. Ah!
We're having a campfire all over.
Like Top Dog's house that he grew up with ice cream. We always have ice cream in this house.
That's the reason we always have ice cream.
Yeah.
Like, I actually, like, I don't get, like, upset, but, like, when I go in the fridge and I see we don't have ice cream, it's, like, immediately a priority for me. Like, it's on the grocery list. It's, as soon as we're leaving the house, I'll be like, hey, let's go to the grocery store. I'm out of ice cream. Like, I just, like, have to have it in the house. And now, that you telling me about your ice cream maker.
Yeah, that I have an ice cream maker.
This ice cream maker is homemade ice cream. We're having fun with potatoes. And Andy's flavor. Oh, my gosh, it was so good.
And a Reese's peanut butter cup and yeah. Okay, here we go. I'm very impatient. Okay,
We're getting the bread.
you did. It's actually in there. This is a great cobbler. Too berry for you? Too much berry for the top.
It's very good. It's very, if you like a lot of berry.
He hates it. I love it.
I don't particularly enjoy, like pies and cakes and stuff that use fruits and everything and berries and stuff like that. Occasionally, I do like a pumpkin pie,
Yep.
key lime pie.
Blueberry cobbler you love.
Your cobbler, your peach cobbler you make is really.
I know, and then you had the blueberry one I made one time and you loved it. But
This is like-
mixed is
Yeah, there's. I think what it is. I think one of the berries. I can't tell which one, but I feel like one of the berries that's in the mix is throwing me off. Because like when I had it, there was like just brief moments where it did taste really good, but I felt like there was like one of the berries that's in there. Maybe it's the blackberry.
I was gonna say
Something.
blackberry.
But yeah, like I felt like there was one of the berry mix, something in there is not.
If you like berries, 10 out of 10.
Mhm.
I love this. I'm gonna eat the rest of this then.
There you go. I'll take the steak.
You'll take the steak? Of course you would. Oh my gosh. Shortest stream in the record of a 4-course meal.
What's the stream time?
2 hours, 20 minutes.
Wow.
We did 4 courses: mashed potatoes, cornbread skillet, cowboy steak, and a skillet cobbler. 100% the Old West. They knew how to cook everything fast, easy, and delicious.
They don't cook over real fire, too.
I know.
Electric stoves or anything like the gas lines. Or...
Yeah, but that, you think about it, Old West, not a lot of ingredients. So you had to keep it simple. And they worked all day. They needed to go to bed so they could wake up early with the sun. So they needed it quick and fast. And that really happened here today. I cannot believe it. So yeah, again, pinned to the top, guys. Make sure you save them if you want the recipes. Pinned to the top is all the recipes I used today. Top Dog's really happy.
The steak is so good.
And the only thing not pinned was that I did the honey butter for the cornbread. And again, 4th cup of room temp butter with a tablespoon of honey. If you want a more honey taste, just add a little bit more honey. We added an orange honey to ours. Oh, see, there's Roxy. She's like, steak, huh? I'm ready, I'm ready. But guys, this was it. This was stream super fast today. I cannot believe it. We picked next week, we're doing Hawaiian. So we are gonna make some delicious Hawaiian food, which is awesome because it's gonna be a totally different flavor profile than what we had today.
Do you need me to go outside and dig a hole in the ground so we can put a whole pig in there?
Exactly, thank you. About time you jumped in and did this for me.
Can you imagine us trying to, what our neighbors would think?
What
They should
HOA?
be over in our front yard, we're just digging
No,
a pig and
what'd
just
be
digging it.
funny is half of them would go, what are you doing? The other half would go, when do we eat?
Yep.
Like, that is who we live. It's either, what are you doing, or when am I invited over? What time are we eating again? But yes, I can't believe it, guys. We finished stream so fast. And this was awesome. I absolutely loved having you guys here. We are, wow. Top Dog hit the camera. Hold on, let me shift.
I heard a little bit.
We are almost to goal. I believe I am 25 people away from having to make the Mario menu, which I am in shock that we're like 25 people away from 250 followers. Like,
Go to Universal Studios for that, right?
yeah, we gotta go to Universal.
Mario World.
Super Mario World.
Universal Mario World menu type.
Yep, exactly. So
Can't do that without going there.
that's gonna be crazy. But I can't believe it. We're almost there. And you guys, seriously, Top Dog hears me say it. Some of my best days that I have are when I'm here with you all. And I just thank you so much. I love cooking and trying new things. And this is the best way for me to do it, is just sit here and try. And now I know, okay, when I make my dinners during the week, make those potatoes for Top Dog. He's going to love them. Like,
Those are good.
you know, the cornbread. I make cornbread a few times a month based on what we're eating. And now I'm like, well, that's the new cornbread, because that is so deliciously yummy. I cannot believe it. It's better than the cornbread I make with like Greek yogurt and all of that. Like, that one tastes so much better. The steak, again, if we want something a little different, the ranch butter, super easy, super good. And then for me, when Top Dog's not home, I'll make the cobbler because I loved it. It's like you just took every berry in the world and ate a bite of all of them in one bite. It's a little intense, but I love it. I love it. But you all are amazing again. I hope you guys had fun today. I hope you all have an amazing week. Wednesday, we will be back with a normal dinner, and I will make Top Dog's Instagram dessert that he wants me to make, which is the cinnamon roll cookie s'more.
Yes.
The wildness that's going to happen Wednesday. So that's at 7:30. But if not, I will see you guys next week for Hawaiian. Have a safe week. Again, I love you all so much. Thank you so much for being here. Let's enjoy the rest of our weekend. All right. Bye, everyone.